Across the globe, droughts are intensifying, rivers are running dry, aquifers are collapsing, and farmers are struggling to keep crops alive. But in Morocco, a bold experiment is underway. They're turning to the ocean, filtering seawater to drink and even to grow food. Could desalination be the solution to feeding a thirsty world? Or is it just a costly band-aid with dangerous side effects? Let's dive in. Morocco is now in its 7th consecutive year of drought. Rainfall is irregular, snowpack is dwindling, and groundwater is being overpumped. Agriculture, which uses about 85% of the nation's water, is under severe pressure. Without new solutions, both cities and farms face a dangerous shortage. That's where desalination comes in. Desalination, the process of removing salt from seawater, is nothing new. Wealthy countries like Saudi Arabia and Israel have relied on it for decades. But Morocco is now making one of the largest desalination pushes in the world. By 2031, it plans to have 4 of the world's 10 biggest desalination plants. One of the flagship projects near Agadir is already producing water for both drinking and irrigation. Farmers nearby are using it to grow tomatoes and citrus for export to Europe, crops that would otherwise be impossible to sustain in this climate. The dominant technology here is reverse osmosis. Seawater is forced through membranes that separate salt from water. The result? Fresh water on one side, a concentrated salty brine on the other. It's a technical marvel, but it comes at a cost. First, the price. Desalinated water costs about twice as much as groundwater. For wealthy export farms, that may be acceptable. But for small rural farmers, it's often unaffordable. Second, the energy. Desalination is energy hungry. Unless powered by renewables, it risks driving up carbon emissions. Morocco says it wants to pair plants with solar and wind, but that transition is still a work in progress. And then there's the brine. For every liter of fresh water, nearly another liter of concentrated salt is left behind. If dumped directly into the ocean, that brine can harm fish and marine ecosystems. Scientists warn that poor brine management could trade one crisis for another. Here's the real catch. Agriculture's water needs are massive. Morocco's farms require about 12 billion cubic meters of water each year. To meet that entirely with desalination would take 35 of the world's largest desalination plants. That's economically and logistically unthinkable. So in practice, desalination can't replace rivers or aquifers. It can supplement them, keeping high-value crops alive and cities supplied, but it won't solve agriculture's thirst at scale. And who benefits most? Often the large, export-oriented farms, not the small farmers growing food for local markets. Morocco isn't alone. Across the Middle East and North Africa, countries are racing to build desalination plants. But experts agree, desalination cannot be the silver bullet. The future of water will also depend on smarter irrigation, choosing crops that match the climate, and recycling wastewater. Without those steps, desalination risks becoming an expensive crutch. So can seawater save our farms? The answer is complicated. Desalination is helping Morocco keep food exports alive and taps running in its cities. But it comes with high costs, environmental trade-offs, and serious questions of fairness. In the end, desalination might buy time, but true water security will require more than just filtering the sea. It'll demand rethinking how and what we grow in a warming world. What do you think? Should countries invest billions in desalination, or focus instead on cutting water demand? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the future